He would like to ask for a new appointed lawyer.
Why? She's one of the biggest junkyard dogs that we have here. There's no one that fights more than she does. You were wanted out of another state. And I guess your lawyer is, there are two things. You're not happy with Anna here. And so we need to talk about that, number one. Number two, a lot of times when people have fugitive cases, they ask for me to set them a bond so they can get out and go turn themselves in. I don't know. I don't know why you're wanted out of the other state. All I know is that you have an open DWI now, and within the last, year and a half, you've picked up 2 other cases with me in this court. So I know you because you keep picking cases up. So I don't care if you have Jesus here. It don't matter who you got, where she's as that good, right? I don't know if I'm going to give you a bond because all I know is you keep picking cases up. And you're only 23. So Amy, tell me about Mr. Penn.
Yes, he's born out of Newton County, Indiana. Corrupt business influence, forgery, fraud, and identity deception. This was issued May 14th of 2024. He of course has local cases for DWI, 415. Let me see what else.
What's he wanted for? What was the first part?
Corrupt business influence, forgery, fraud, and then identity deception.
Corrupt business influence, forgery, and fraud. Do we know that they want him?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a bond that's been set there?
I don't have any information about bonds.
Okay.
Also, day is coming up in 5 minutes if we're discussing bond.
Okay. So tell me, what's going on?
Mr. Pena, I don't want to get too far into attorney-client
Sure,
communications. He would like to ask for a new appointed lawyer.
Why?
Oh, well, me and her had a conversation. Like, there's nothing against her, but we just had a conversation, and I didn't think that
She's fighting for you? She's one of the biggest junkyard dogs that we have here. There's no one that fights more than she does.
No,
She's better than most attorneys I even see here. I'm telling you, she's amazing.
Oh, no, I believe you. You could be saying the truth, but
I am saying the truth.
no. I know you are. I believe me. And just off the fact, the case, the other price case that you did bring up, I haven't had. It was a year and a half already, and it's only been for for protection. Like my other cases, I'm not no bad dude that robbery or they're all gun charges, and that's just on the behalf of the landscaping business that I got. That every time when I'm in the backyard or so, somehow they're always trying to steal the back of the trailer. That's the only reason. And the only cases that I got, I don't got no evading arrest, no like a robbery or however you.
I don't know, but we have another prosecutor that's coming up to speak about this as well. I'm not going to give you another lawyer. This is a lawyer that we've given you. We only have a couple lawyers who do these types of cases regardless.
Okay.
So,
The only thing I was gonna, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Okay.
The only one I was gonna ask you was I was trying to get the lawyer that fought for the 2 gun charges. I don't know, Mr. Some with, I just forgot. I think he's an Italian dude.
those cases you had.
They have the same guy. And I really thought it was him right here.
Oh, it is Greg.
I know why you hear familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, you represented Mr. Pena on both of his prior cases.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's why when I looked at it, I was like,
So, look, the only way you can have Greg is you can hire him. Otherwise, you got Anna. Okay?
oh, yeah, he's getting, now he charges
Hire him.
that. Look at
I always charge. I don't know. Thinking.
All right, we're going to put you back because we're waiting on another lawyer to come up here.
Let me go back and talk.
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
charge.
Mr. Pena, thank you for smoothing that over. He would like to ask the court for a fugitive bond. I told him it was a long shot, but I was not going to presume to speak for the court.
Let me bring someone out.
What is it?
Pena, please. Okay. I'm not happy with you, and the thing is that Mr. Pena, since you've been an adult, you've picked up 1 to 2 cases every year. It would scare me to let you out because I don't know what you're going to do. The last thing
All right, pause right there for a second. That line from the judge? Brutal, but also very telling. In court, a judge isn't just looking at the current charge, they're looking at your entire history. When someone racks up case after case every year, the court starts thinking one thing: risk. Risk that you'll reoffend, risk that you won't show up, risk that things could spiral again. And that Tasmanian devil comment? That's the judge basically saying, I'm not convinced you'll slow down if I let you out. So let me ask you guys watching, if you were the judge here, would you grant bond or keep him locked up?
just don't talk about the cases.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about, sir, believe me, I understand where you come from, because it's probably not the first time you see it, but, my cases are not, never hurting nobody. I'm not a menace to society.
What else was it?
Your Honor, it's fraud, identity deception, forgery, corrupt business influence,
But nothing with, oh, no disrespect to you, I promise no disrespect, but nothing that has, that I hurt somebody or make somebody do that they didn't want to, or like
Have an open DWI.
for doing a favor.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't,
Yeah, sorry.
you know, if you go out there and you kill a family of 4, do you think, well, he was going to try to help someone? Do you think they care?
Like, I was asking her, I was like, at least, because my mom, it's the Indiana case is like 14 hours if I'm not mistaken, and well, my mama don't got enough money to be going back and forth. So that's why I was asking her. I'm like, if I'll do anything that however he feels comfortable, like however you want. I was like, can he at least put me a monitor to drive with my mom over there at least one time, because I haven't seen my mama, and I'm not gonna be able to see my mama if I end up going all the way to Indiana, because she don't got enough funds to even go over there like every week. And sir, like, believe me, I'm not no bad
My
person.
concern is whether you get to see your mom. You know what I mean?
Understandable. Oh, that's understandable. No disrespect.
My only concern is that you get to Indiana to
Yes, sir.
put charges.
Yes, sir.
Now, the problem is that you refused extradition, so you aren't even earning credit now towards, because when someone waives extradition, we give that other state
Yes, sir.
14 days to come get you.
Yes, sir.
And if they don't come get you,
Yes, sir.
then Harris County releases you.
Yes, sir.
Right? The warrant don't go away.
Yes, sir.
That warrant will also remain.
Yes, sir.
But at this point, I just don't feel comfortable giving you a bond, Mr. Pena. You know, you're just too young. You keep picking up criminal cases, and it scares me.
Well, can we come to like an understanding? Like, let's just say I do suppose, like, however you think that I'm finna do, I'm really eventually I'm gonna come back, and I'll do more time than I have to. Bro. I'm giving you my word that I
don't feel comfortable,
You
Mr.
feel me?
Pena.
That's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Because the
Judge.
problem is that with the cases that you had with us, I also had to revoke your bond on those cases when you were just here with us.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
you failed to appear on one of your cases, and that's just here in Harris County. On one of the gun cases, you took off and we had to issue a warrant for your arrest.
No. Sir. Okay.
And Judge,
The bond's
just,
at 1,001.
okay, just if I may, I believe both of the gun cases were ultimately dismissed.
One was dismissed, the other one.
One was not.
Oh, okay. I apologize for my misunderstanding. I thought they both.
So he probably pled to one where they dismissed the other one.
Okay.
He was on bond and he picked up a new case. That's what it.
No, it was a year after. But actually, in part of housekeeping, if you wanted to go forward with the 2-year rule, or if you didn't want to.
Okay. So his DWI is in court 15. I don't know if they're going to send that back because of the.
We killed the 2-year rule.
Oh.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
like when was it, like a month ago or so?
Oh,
Yeah, so there's no
So
more.
it's okay that-
okay.
It's still like all fresh and new. We have to update the court rules, but as far as
Okay.
the 2-year rules now, gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because the problem was is that judges would get too, you'd end up seeing the same people over and over, and then is it really fair because you end up, right?
That
You
makes
start
sense.
developing a relationship and you start treating them differently as you would.
Right.
So that's why. So now you refused. I'm not going to give you a bond. So you have 2 options. You can, if you want to continue to refuse, they will go get a governor's warrant from Indiana to forcing Indiana to come get you, but that will take 90 days. If you want to waive now, you can waive now, and that'll give them 14 days to come get you. I'll let you talk with Anna to make the decision to let you know what you want to do.
And he did sign the waiver, just,
Oh, okay, all right.
so.
Got it.
Time started yesterday?
I just started
Right now,
So they'll have.
the time that you waive,
They'll have.
which is right now.
Yeah, I had signed the paper, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I sure did. Cause she said it starts at 12, that day that I signed my paper.
Okay.
It's up to them whether they want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, at
No, it
first,
shows a refusal.
at first it was I had signed for the 90 days, and she said tomorrow you got an optional to tell your lawyer that, you could change your mind tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I was like, when did the day start? She's like, tonight at 12.
It's a refusal.
Yeah, so they'll have until the 18th.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, man. No, you don't
Yeah.
worry about it. I appreciate you.
Okay.
You're doing your job. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Appreciate you, Judge.
Okay.
Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, sir.
On March 28, 2025, an officer was in the process of serving a capital murder warrant on a suspect in Harris County, Texas. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who was identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the officer's perimeter, got out of their motor vehicle, and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The officer's supervisor ordered the defendant to stop and stay right there. The defendant refused and continued to ignore officers while walking towards the residence. The officer supervisor ordered the defendant to step back multiple times and then grabbed the defendant and took him to the ground.
Him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was he the capital murder suspect?
No, Your Honor.
I live there. Stop. Oh, sorry.
I believe that they were in the process of serving a warrant on someone else at the residence, and that's when they came in contact with the defendant. Ordered him to stop. He refused to stop going towards the residence. Your Honor.
Did it serve the warrant? What ended up happening?
Looks like after refusing commands, there was a brief struggle where he was detained.
Was the murder suspect there?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. It does not say. I have no further facts that show if the warrant was complete on the warrant or not, Your Honor, or completed at the time. I just believe that they were in the process and believed him to be at the residence, and that's when this incident occurred.
Read it again, if you don't mind.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 28, 2025, the law enforcement officer in Squad 5 of the Houston Police Department's Gang Division served a capital murder warrant for a suspect observed inside a truck at a nearby residence. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who is identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the perimeter, got out of the vehicle, walked to the sidewalk, and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The supervisor then ordered the defendant to stop and to stay right there. The defendant refused and continued ignoring officers and walking towards the residence. The supervisor ordered him to step back multiple times, but the defendant was once again ignored the officers. The law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant and made him bounce to the ground.
Okay, so now, but when you first started, you said they were going to a capital murder suspect in a car.
Yes, Your Honor. That's what, so I was originally reading the summary. I'm going straight from the agenda now, Your Honor. It looks like the suspect was observed inside a truck at a nearby residence.
So the suspect is not even in the residence. No.
Then they later state that that the suspect, that the defendant here was walking towards the residence where the murder suspect was. I'm not sure, Your Honor. I'd have to go.
I find no probable cause in your case. Just
And that right there might be the realest advice anyone hears in this entire courtroom. When the judge says, when you get into a pissing match with people who have the power of arrest, who's going to win? That's not just sarcasm. That's a reality check. In legal situations, arguing in the moment almost never helps your case. The smarter move is usually to comply, then challenge things through the legal system later. Because once things escalate on the street, they rarely end well. So let me ask you, do you think the defendant here just misunderstood the situation, or did he push things too far with the officers?
Calls for 1 day after the 61-day protective order expired. The defendant has a no contact order in place out of 45.
you don't get it. You don't get it. I only have one thing to do. I'm sorry, I'm revoking your bond, putting you in jail. I ordered you not to do something and you're doing whatever you want to do. Doesn't work like that. There are serious consequences. Goes with you. This is Montes.
Did you want another motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm putting a new law on him, and I'm going to advise him that if he violates it again, we'll have a hearing to hold him at no bond. Okay? Because the second one, I can have a hearing. I will only touch the assault case, and I'm going to put it at 5,001. He is made bond on the VPO.
He was doing PR.
They gave him a PR bond on the VPO. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to keep the PR bond on the VPO as well. Just,
Well, Judge, there were multiple orders in this case for bond conditions, and there was one that ordered no contact was not labeled an order in the computer, so I didn't see it. There was another one that was no threatening or harassing, and a third one, and it was blank, and all it said was all conditions to be supervised by the department.
That means they're following the conditions in the state's motion filed on the same day.
say it again.
Oh.
That order will mean that they're supposed to be following the conditions in the state's motion that are filed on the same day as that transporter.
Tell him ad nauseum, you know. I'll leave the VPO as is, okay?
Yeah.
I'm putting a new protective order in today, and I'll advise him that he's not to have contact with this person. And if he does again, I'll have a hearing to hold him at no bond. Okay? So, yeah, the VPO, he's made bond 2,500, and at the assault, I'm putting it at 5,001. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Good morning, Mr. Jordan. So you're charged with interference in the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 27, 2025, an officer was working a second job at Dick's Sporting Goods in Harris County, Texas, and was approached by the store manager, the witness. Just advised the officer that the defendant walked into the store with another individual, and the witness advised the officer the other individual with the defendant walked out of the store without paying for any merchandise. The complaining witness stated he wanted the defendant to trespass because the defendant was seen on camera attempting to cover the individual while the individual was stealing merchandise. The officer stopped the defendant at the front entrance of the store, and the officer stated the defendant would be trespassing the store. The defendant became irate and more aggressive. The officer ordered the defendant to place his hands behind his back and placed handcuffs on the defendant's right wrist. The defendant twisted his body and tensed his muscles. The defendant, with a great amount of force, threw his left arm forward and threw his left arm backwards towards the officer. The officer attempted to gain control of the defendant's left arm. The defendant began pulling away, and the officer had grabbed the defendant's body with both arms and guided the defendant toward a rack where the officer was able to excuse me, Your Honor, tongue twister, where they were able to contain the defendant. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license.
What's he under arrest for?
I believe he was under arrest for trespass originally, Your Honor.
Oh.
Yes, Your Honor. We just have a brief moment.
Are you losing? Are you losing?
Your Honor, the only thing I have is that the suspect began acting irate and clearly becoming more aggressive, and then the officer went to detain the suspect by grabbing his right wrist.
No, when you get into a pissing match with the people who have the power of arrest, who's going to win every single time? You know what I mean? Every single time. Sometimes it's better to tuck your tail. At times, because you may end up winning in the long run. I'm going to find no probable cause in the case. Just be careful, man. I probably wouldn't go back to the sticks because it's not going to go well. You know what I mean? All right, hang tight.
I am here on Destiny Drake Osby. Yesterday, you ordered that she appear today. I was appointed last Friday. She caught a new ag assault family member in another court.
No.
She is in court 8's holdover right now.
Do you mind bringing up please?
Last name is Drake-Osby. The case before you, like I said, it was recently appointed a week ago today. It looks like the arrest was the following day for whatever this new thing is.
This is for the.
Well, no, the new law violation that she caught in felony
Let's
court.
hold on before because I want her to hear everything.
Gotcha.
I'm in shock. You're on bond for DWI with us, and you've now picked up an aggravated assault of a family member. Do you mind, this is Ms. Drake Osby, what happened in the ag assault, please?
Yes, Your Honor. On April 1st, 2020, as first specified, the plaintiff was the defendant are exes from a prior dating relationship. On April 1st, 2025, an officer was dispatched to an address in Houston County, Texas, responsible for disturbance call. The complainant stated there was a verbal altercation when the defendant took the complainant's cell phone. The defendant then entered the bedroom and began striking the phone with objects to break it. The complainant was able to retrieve his cell phone, at which time the defendant began to strike the complainant in the head and torso with a closed fist, causing him to fall on the ground. The complainant was able to walk away, and the defendant grabbed a metal object and struck the complainant in the head and arm, causing 2 lacerations on the left eye and a laceration on his right eye, and multiple scratches on both arms. The defendant then jumped the fence and fled the scene. The object was a solid metal bracket, 12 to 16 inches in width, made of heavy gauge steel designed to hold 2 cylindrical metal tubes and has multiple sharp forms. The item is manufactured for law enforcement officer use as a mounting or deployment device for entire deflation.
And all this over a phone? Ms. Drake Osby, I now have to revoke your bond in our case as well. I'm sorry, so I'm gonna set it at 5,001. You've still not made bond on the felony case, so if you do, I mean, we can talk, but John, I think he's set for when? She's set for
514, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Okay, do you want to do, I guess, the day after then?
You look at one other thing, Judge. Well, I think the felony is actually set for Monday. Our case before this one was caught up was when she was reset for 514.
It's up to, I'm good with whatever you want to.
I'm actually looking, I don't have any new discovery to look over because this case is so new. There weren't even any body cams for me, so I'm pretty much waiting on everything. I'll leave it where it is and I'll monitor things and see what's going on with the felony case, Judge.
All right. Thanks. All right, thank you, Judge. Good morning, Ms. Hodge.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with resisting arrest or search. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do a probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Your Honor, on March 30th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle traveling 55 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone and made a traffic stop. Upon contact with the defendant became irate and demanded the law enforcement officer's name and badge number before answering a FaceTime call and becoming distracted. The defendant advised that her driver's license was expired and that she only had a passport. Vehicle registration was also expired. The law enforcement officer asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle and the defendant ignored the commands. The law enforcement officer then opened the defendant's door and again ordered the defendant to step out of the car and informed her she was under arrest for interfering with public duties. The law enforcement officer then removed the defendant from the driver's seat and forced the defendant to the ground. After being detained, the defendant refused to get into the back of the law enforcement officer's vehicle and began to kick out towards the deputies. In the process, the defendant struck the law enforcement officer in both thighs several times. The The law enforcement officer were eventually able to force the defendant into custody.
Did she get charged with assault on the peace officer?
No, Your Honor, she did not.
Very lucky. Extremely lucky that you're not charged with 2 additional felonies. Ms. Hodge, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. So can you run her license, see if she has a valid license, please?
So, hold on, please.
If you do not have a Texas driver license and a liability insurance in your name, you're not allowed to drive, and I will make that a condition of your bond. When you get into a pissing match with people who have the power of arrest, who wins? Right. Take that into account. A lot of times, something like this ends up in a ticket, you know?
She's not eligible.
Okay, you're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition, and you're now going to sign an affidavit with me today, which is a promise that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. There's no justification you can give for driving. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 people. Do not drive. If you want to drive, go get a license, get insurance, and I'll happily take this restriction off. That's the only condition I'm placing on you now. Don't drive unless you have those, and then you get approval from us. Because you have a lawyer, Ms. Hodge, I will waive your appearance. Meaning you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Ms. Barr and she'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If she tells me she cannot get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest as well. Okay, so I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive, and after that, you guys are out of here. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are Mr. Judge.
Watch out.
Yes, you were charged with racing on a highway. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 30th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was informed of a group of modified vehicles that were going to be racing on the West Loop South Freeway. The law enforcement officer with the location observed vehicles traveling in a pack and began to trail the vehicles. Law enforcement officer witnessed 4 vehicles line up side by side at match speeds of 60 miles an hour and then simultaneously accelerate to speeds over 100 miles an hour. 3 of the vehicles that lined up and participated in the second drag race. A traffic stop was initiated and the defendant stated that he was only speeding.
Do we have any of the co-defendants?
We do not, Your Honor. I believe
Who's the only one?
individual was detained on the traffic stop from another officer.
Do you mind running this license, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I do not have a driver's license. Take it to me.
Mr. Guarcha, you are not allowed to drive. I am putting this condition on you now, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, if you become a danger to my community, I'm going to put you in jail. I don't know if you're in this country with permission, but if you're not, and you go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it daily, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. That's usually about a 6 to 9 month process. Do you understand?
¿Lo entiende? ¿Entiende? Yes, sir.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. I'm absolutely serious when I mean no driving. I don't care what your excuse is, sir. If I find that you get into a car and drive, and I don't care if it's to the little Piggly Wiggly, it's not going to go well for you. I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. We'll have you sign a reset. And after that, you'll be out of here, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, Mr. Robichaud. Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. So,
Thank you, Judge. On March 29, 2025, the officer was advised, an officer was advised the defendant exited a Target store with approximately $100 shooting, passing all points of sale without attempting to pay for it. The officer arrived at the store location and was advised Defendant placed a scooter in the rear of his motor vehicle and drove away. The officer initiated a traffic stop in the vehicle and detained the defendant. The officer observed the scooter in the back of the motor vehicle. The officer confirmed the scooter was stolen by contacting the complaining witness. And the officer identified the defendant by entering his name, date of birth, and used a prior booking photo to match the offense.
Can you run his license, please? See if he has a license.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is fine, sir.
Stop.
Silent, Your Honor.
Mr. Robichaud, I'm going to have you sign an affidavit for me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what you need to do. I don't care what the kid has to go. They got to go to the hospital. You're not allowed to drive unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you from going to any Target whatsoever, anywhere.
So I do have a valid insurance. I need to renew my license. Absolutely. I agree.
If you have valid insurance, but you still don't have a license, that valid insurance is squat because you don't have a license.
Sir, I understand. I know I made a mistake. Yes, sir. Huh?
You have the ability to hire a
No,
lawyer.
sir, not at the moment.
Brandon's going to give you an application. I'm going to have you fill it out and I'll see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you. We are going to make bond conditions for you not to go to any Target. You're going to sign it. Do not pick up a new case. Do not endanger my city. Otherwise, I'm going to make your bond so high. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Don't pick up any new cases.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, sir.
All right, head on over there and then we'll have you fill everything out, sir.
Okay.